is Marv. I think Marv on that defensive side, when it comes down to his Astra usage, I think he's one of the best Astras in the world as well. It seems like the fans are very excited to be getting into this one as we head into the final map of Ascent.
The barrier's already up, and we've seen some utility as they contest the control of B main. Team Liquid have Solcus on the other side. A Prowler's detected some enemies. They know now that that space is being taken. OpTic are raring to go on the B side, but as the smoke fades, they don't make a move. Instead, they're going to look elsewhere, try to spot out mid, make sure there's no aggression coming through, but here's the reset, and here's the push to come in right afterwards. The reveal still confirms there's players close. They might not know there's this many. Victor, where is this going now? Oh, he's got him!
Yeah, Solcus goes for the push into the smoke. Not expecting them to be that close, and sure, the fragment's going to do a little bit of damage on the way through, but just look at the amount of space that Victor has already taken. The site completely under the control of this attacking side. The flash has come through! Yumpy has just domed out Victor, and they've been able to reclaim this much faster than you might have expected. But look at the push from Finesse! He's going to try and fight it, but he's got nothing for it!
Oh, what a push by Crashies! Recovering the advantage! Keeping the numbers in play for OpTic, and he's resetting. He might even do it again. There he comes, and well, the kill might not be his. But the round is OpTic's, and that's all that matters. Another pistol under the North American's belt.
It's scrappy. I think that could be the story of this match, honestly. Like a little bit of over-aggression from Solcus, expecting them to be a little bit further back. By the way, that is a ridiculous stat. That's actually ridiculous, especially when you consider how map number 1 went and how things were going for Team Liquid in the majority. The fact that he's still 13-1 in opening duels, I'm almost going to discredit anyone on the team that takes an opening duel instead of Ye at this point, because he barely loses.
This guy was doing a lot of that with the Headhunter as well. The value found on Bind on those long peaks, shutting down Demasik at times right off the rip. It's just looked so good. And Ye with a good game. We need to see someone on Team Liquid match that performance here. 1-0 as we start. And that puts Team Liquid down to pistols. It's not like they're doing anything massively special here. And over on OpTic, a flash through the smoke, a Prowler, a drone, a lot committed. But just one piece of utility back in the other direction, and they slow it all down.
Okay, good luck out from Mark. The real danger man from this round gone, the Headhunter. Won't be showing anything for the rest of the round, and you can see because of that, there's had to be a little bit more aggression elsewhere. They've lost that mid control. Solcus goes looking into B but spots nothing, and now they're going to start lurking back in this direction. He might lose his life here, and instead he gets the info.
Yeah, but as he falls back, you know, these guys are hot on his tail. They've seen exactly where he went to. Shock darts on the way, pre-fires, looking to even get a shot off in that scenario. OpTic have seized the site, gained the plant, and Team Liquid's retake, it doesn't see any utility. Don't have flashes on Nevera or Scream or even Demasik. All three of these players capable of flashing you up, but not in this round. With two Sheriffs and a Frenzy, the best play here is probably to try and contain OpTic. You can see that's what they're looking for. But right now, that's not going too well. Keeping these players there so they die to the spike ain't too possible when they just come sprinting at you. At least one kill, but that's all they'll get.
Yeah, a pretty clean round coming out from OpTic, and he recovered the Spectre as well. The extra weapon retrieved. Already online as well for Victor, and the Cosmic Divide also not too far away, so that's why they were pushing so aggressively. Because especially going aggressively into some of these sites, so you don't have that classic anchor player. Sure, that means their utility can't be taken away, but it also means the aggression that you want from Scream and Nevera with the flashes will be gone. Like, you can't have those quick swinging peaks that you would normally get from those couple of players. So that could really close down the distance in this round in particular.
Crashies has gone in here for a Vandal. The one guy investing a little bit heavy, but it could change that win rate just enough. You're straight blitzing and flash around is perfect. And Scream, he ate that flash. The sight not theirs yet with Yumpy, but he can't disappear. 2 kills, and that's all he'll get with an immediate shutdown on Solcus. The trade is as good as you could wish for in a round where OpTic came in mostly without Vandals, and now that's all they've got.
Yeah. Essentially gonna get past the drone. That might be a bit of a surprise, but no, never mind. It's been spotted, and with the Cosmic Divide, okay, it locks them in, but it also means that Liquid, they would need to try and have something to get through. the crossfire on the other side is going to make this a tough move to try and get back in. In fact, they might just even want to try and hold them out. The fight's awkward. Navira will get one, but he's desperately low. Has to just look to fade away here and save the gun into the next round. And again, OpTic are going to get off to a flyer of a start.
Really a fantastic round plan. I enjoy that Crashies buys the rifle, but that's not the key point of the round. It's Victor sprinting it into B, popping the old flashing scream. That level of pace just wasn't expected. He barely had time to do anything. And if he was to do anything, it was to pop a curveball, one of his flashes around the corner, which he could not do. Completely countering out any sort of utility from Team Liquid, bringing it to close range fights where the numbers are in your favor. OpTic couldn't have set themselves up any better, and they just got those dominoes and gave them a little tip. Now 3-0, and Team Liquid are forced to an eco.
Yeah, they're still going to have the rifle saved, at least. But again, this early control being taken, farming up the orbs back towards that null command. Already though, quite a bit of information garnered on the other side, but it's patient. And a peek back in, yay, again. Those opening duel numbers just seem to be increasing by the second. Now the response is going to be a tough one. I believe Scream, yeah, he's at least managed to retrieve the rifle. So that's something, that's some element of hope. But again, we saw this in the last map. It seems to take something to get Liquid back on track.
Look, even with him recovering the rifle, it's the patience of OpTic. They started with a main control, they got paranoid, fell back and held for the aggression on B main and on middle. Getting those advantages. Now all that's left is to close out the round. The information game is strong. They've spotted both players. They know where the rifle is. They're going to fall back completely, avoid that rifle, and make use of the space being garnered by Ye and by Marved, who've pushed up on B main and mid. The rotations being heard. Ye knows he's got the spacing, and that's the rifle he's challenging and dropping right away.
And he's not going to overdo it either.
20 seconds, and these players are now moving back to mid. Where are we going with this? 3 kills for Ye, 15 on the clock. Dimasic is still sat on the A site. There is a 1% chance. 10 seconds. If he can drop the planter, the timing is right. He's not being revealed. 6 seconds. He's caught. He's dealt with.
A Prime Gaming flawless in the end, but I can see your worry. If they plant anywhere else, if Ye doesn't come through from the flank at that last second, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that he actually drops a spike, but in the end, fairly controlled for OpTic. You're going to have the Tour de Force almost online on the other side, and this is where Liquid really need to make their stand, because this start from OpTic has been sublime. They've been controlled all the way through. They've been pushing and pulling Liquid. The fact is, this composition from the Liquid side does revolve around a level of aggression, being able to challenge positions on the map. Has the operator for this round and is looking to try and take an early challenge on towards shore.
And there it is. Yumpy winning it out. Navira up close. He's gone for a risky peek with the man advantage as well. That's a costly loss. They at least trade it back. But this leaves Dimasic for a while alone. Luckily, Yumpy's cleaning up those mid-fights, and as Victor emerges, there's 2 players ready to fight. They've dropped Dimasic. They've got themselves into a safe corner, and they'll slip underneath the door, even throwing some utility to completely bait them. They might think maybe 1 guy can be here, but 2, it's never going to be expected. The numbers now equalized, and Finesse. Ow! They almost got colladed! Victor on 50! But he's got the 1v1. The man he's up against is Scream. And he's getting the orb. Scream will get it just in time. And now he's got his ultimate to play with. Thing is, that's being called by the team. He's just got his ult online, well, he sure isn't in B main.
It's now up to Victor to try and play a little unorthodox, knowing there's a high chance that Scream is going to be able to play with that ult to give him a chance to take him out for free. He's gone all the way back in towards the market, a smart position to hold from. A spot unlikely to be checked, and maybe even a free kill coming through on the other side. The ult through. This could actually be very dangerous. If Scream doesn't find him, he could just go back. He's going to wait for him. This is brilliant from Victor. He's waiting to get that final kill, and I think Scream has made the realization. He's going to knife him to get them their 5th round. Embarrassment for Scream and elation for Victor.
One of the smartest plays we'll see from that 2vx. The duels chipping away, the door closed, the utility up top, the sneak through, and even that op shot, 99 in 1. It connected onto Victor with the body and the position of the shot, saving him so he could clutch it out at the end. That is one of the best plays that we're going to see for a while, and putting OpTic on 5-0, crippling Liquid's economy. The impact is massive.
Oh, Yumpy's angry. Yumpy is angry, but it's only going to be the one. For a trade out of a tour de force, not really worth it. That was the main threat they had in this round, although Mitch will tell you it's the Ares.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that Ares, man. The reveal comes up, you're going down, but no, obviously the tour de force was the point man in this, and this is what we talk about with teams that save that tour de force for one of these rounds. Obviously this one's more how it panned out, but we do see it at times where teams save it multiple rounds, play it on an eco, and if you go down, teammates can't pick it up. But now they can look to pick up advantages elsewhere, and Scream has the perfect timing. These players are sneaking their way in. He'll get one for free. Damage done. And here could be the reward, the follow through. The Ares not landing the shots. Still some damage done by it. Yay left on a sliver of health.
He's wrong with the position, but it forces him out into the open. Finesse is able to turn the tide once more, and space being taken by Ye. This could actually be the death of him. He's only on 8 HP, but no gun, currently out. And Dimasic will go down once more to El Diablo. They're rotating to the other side of the map again. Just playing with the players of Liquid, and Monavera might be able to get one.
Oh! Let's play.
That hurts. At least they'll detect 2 here. And he's even gotten the tour de force pop out of Ye. That's that. The round closed, and sure, they commit an ult towards the end of it, but I'm not too worried about that. This is a 6-0 scoreline, and Tom, unless I'm wrong, I think the crowd might be starting to get behind OpTic a little bit, and it's hard not to with this scoreline.
The crowd is a fickle beast. If you watch,
got a crowd of GBs out there.
If you watched in Copenhagen, a lot of Fnatic fans, and then FPX started to win. And the Fnatic fans started to disappear. You know.
People took off their jackets, sat there in plain t-shirts. Yeah, dude, I came here for FPX.
Yeah, I think Meg had a few of the crowd switching as well on her own.
Did they just try to seize hot hands and then just miss the hot hands? Is it shallow? Not on the same spot either way. I mean, OpTic, they're not committing to this fully. They're just making a lot of noise, making a lot of presence, getting Team Liquid to be a little bit itchy on the other sides of the map, to go out for overextensions so they can find some kills. The trap caught Yumpy in A main, but the man that needs to be careful here is Dimasic. He's got practically half the team waiting for him on the other side, and now he's been spotted by the drone, but the one-way discourages them. A flash set up here. It's coming in from both of them. They trade flashes and trade kills. Scream will bail out of that, concede the control, and from this point, OpTic can try to pincer into B. At least that's what Liquid are thinking. But they've still waited away on short this whole time. That's been spotted now, though.
Oh, Dimasic points back, and Yay! It's just too good in those scenarios. The individual skill of this man, unmatched within the server. And while Yumpy, the last time he had an operator, he was ever so close to taking the round on his own, just a sliver of HP on the other side. Hunter's Fury going through, won't be able to find him. He's still here, but the shot not connected. Half HP or less, and it is easily countered by Ye. In fact, Finesse also holding those flanks. Liquid are being obliterated right now on Scream. The only man that stands in their way from the half already being won.
Absolute masterclass from OpTic on this attack side. 7-0 now confirmed as Scream falls. And they had the trade player there to take him down. Crashies was able to swing even if Marv lost that duel, as unlikely as it seemed. This is a game that just seems so difficult for Team Liquid to find any advantage in. And when they are put into these desperate scenarios, mistakes are being forced by OpTic. And that's it. I don't think Liquid are making mistakes as much as OpTic are. Feel that they've not only lost favor in the series, but lost the favor of the crowd as well. And they have a while to go before they earn it back, at least as far as this map goes.
Yeah, they're attempting something here, but Victor, no trouble for him whatsoever. The aggression of Navera once again finds nothing. Dimasic still waiting on the angle. It's almost a full rotation, just leaving Yumpy alone with the Headhunter deep in B main. Drone actually might allow him to get a kill, but there's other counter utility. Somehow he escapes. That's not bad for Dimasic. He hasn't had the most success, but bear in mind, every time something like that has happened, pressure from OpTic comes out elsewhere.
I think the key thing there is just Victor lobbing in the nade, the drone active. You only had finesse to cover. Gave Dimasic the opportunity to quickly zip into the angle and grab one. But that was a mistake where two players are caught with utility out. Now the rifles in this same position for Ye, the same aggression that's won them so many rounds before. And the distraction coming in on the side. Well, it's not going too badly with the trades at least. But they've still got a completely unaccounted for player of Ye just having snuck into spawn. The off angle now, but expect it or not, Yumpy was dealt with and the plant can now be found safely.
Yeah, again, it must be nice just having this man on your side, being able to lurk through mid, do so much damage, and survive, at least in the majority of rounds. Looking to get close.
The majority of he's 13-1, Tom.
That's the majority.
It's just what he died once.
That's the majority. It's not all.
Give him a break.
It's not all rounds.
Survived that round with like 3 kills on 8 HP. Like, the man's closest thing to a Terminator I've seen. Unless we've got a vat of lava, I don't think we're getting rid of this guy. See if they can at least grab an exit. Players waiting in the spawn. You can see Solkis has the angle with the rifle. He wants to save it. Wants to make it costly for OpTic. Way, shape, or form.
Sit back down. Sit back down.
Yeah, go to the spike.
Oh,
it's not worth facing. Yeah, you're not getting that kill. You don't want to give him an orb. 8-0. Just an absolute desolation. North America have come in here to make a statement, and that statement is being made.
Defeated.
Liquid come into this round with a lot of ults. They've got the run it back, no command, Nightfall as well. There's plenty to play with. You've even got Yumpy back on his operator. As said, the closest round they've had was based off that gun. The thing is though, at the moment, they're up against an unstoppable force. C's down early will at least force Ye back, but look at them. So many players on that B site, and it seems like an instant response. OpTic have the perfect read here. There is nobody on A, and they're just going to waltz in for free.
A perfect pace change from them. Now, with the ultis online, Liquid are obviously content to play the retake. We are already having the Nightmare coming through. The Nightfall, excuse me, as the Nightmare attempts to take them, but Scream got caught. Trades are good. But for the ulti that was committed, I think they want a bit more. Dealing with the players on site doesn't look too easy either. There's just no inch being given. Damage done again and again, and they fail to find anything. 9-0. Liquid have no credits left, and this half is already out of their control. How does this map look so much better for OpTic than Bind? A map we were terrified for Liquid on. We said they didn't have a chance over there, but when it came to ASCENT, Tom, they look so much better on this map. Well, not this time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I almost wonder if teams are going to have to start really questioning whether they play ASCENT.
Just don't play OpTic.
That's a good way.
Easy.
You just if you see them coming up on the bracket, you just lose before that happens. and then you can just try and avoid them completely. But yeah, a team who've been fantastic throughout this year. Once again, showing their dominance to the world, showing they're not going anywhere.
Well, they've shown their dominance to the world time and time again, but versus EMEA, less than 10% of the time they pull it across the line. 1-10 is their record.
Yeah, that's the map record as well. And in terms of series, hasn't happened for them.
And now here they stand, already doubling up those numbers, and with a 9-0 lead versus Sheriffs, things are looking fantastic. And the last round was high pace, okay? That was quick. Forget that round. Think about the rest of the game. They had such a controlled pace. Like, yes, when they go for pushes, they can be all out aggressive. They can have Victor on a third round with a Sheriff rushing in with his ulti. But the reality is, in most rounds, this is how they play. Yeah. Slow, methodical, allowing you to make a mistake. And when you don't, they're going to force you to make one.
Smoke down, but on the other side, the Cosmic Divide in. Soulcast does manage to get himself one. Pistol from Navira! How is this looking like the first round there? Jealous out from Liquid as well. Maybe there's a little bit of life left in this team just yet.
3 rounds the best that they can get, but 1 better than it was looking like we'd see. This play right there, he's seized, but he still makes it. He has that little bit of room, and he just needs that small amount of space. 9-1 as Team Liquid find their first round, but OpTic feel destined to answer back any moment now.
We saw the wind get into their sails last time after a slow start to bind, but this has been a different story. If that can get them going once again. Yumpy though already under pressure, some utility thrown through. And again, we're seeing Soulcast just looking to try and challenge into middle. Has a little bit of support from Scream, but because of the lurk that's been going through so regularly out of Yay, they've had to actually post players up. However, that Prowler is going to tell them there's at least one here, but they didn't know the other. And actually, it's still Scream to get the kill. The trade, though, is back so fast.
Yeah, fantastic reveal up and over by Solkas, but the response from OpTic, they trade kills, they do damage to Scream, and now they're stacked up to take a one-way smoke fading as they attempt to swing the corner. Navera meets them. Okay, tripling up in this round, 9-2. Team Liquid might just have a hope if they can push to 3, but they need that. They need the pistol. They need more than they've found in the past 30 rounds. This is a tough scenario, with the wind starting to pick up now. The speed of this comeback yet to be determined.
By the looks of it, they need Navera. I think that's the piece of the puzzle that's been missing. 6 kills over the last couple of rounds, 2 before that entirely. Still though, a chance for OpTic to close this out strong. Still having the weaponry, tour de force online as well. Okay, the null command has been built up for Navera, but again, they look to just pressure into this B site quickly as they have done before. D.Va left blind in the corner, and this time Navera is almost dead within the first couple of seconds. But they have at least managed to force OpTic back.
Oh, all the way back, in fact. Look, they're wrapping completely around. In the last round, we saw Solkas and Scream in mid, a flash into the smoke, a reveal up and over, confirming mid control for them, guaranteed, and they found Finesse on the back of that. This time he survives into the late round. Cycle out the utility and look for info on A. But Team Liquid, they're reading this. They're sensing. Ain't been enough noise outside of B. They haven't seen anything there. Just managed to catch FNS. But they maintain just the 3 players on the site. Still a flash to play with for Scream, and Solkas needed that fight. They'll hold on to control, and he'll go down. Victor with a phenomenal trade, but they're not going to A. They're faking it out. 3 players there. It means only D.Va to hold, and Yay is seeking him out. 9 for OpTic, and it could be double digits pretty soon. Look at this position. Surely not expected. They actually are! They clear it!
And the spike is only just making its way towards the site. Tour de force now activated. Yumpy gonna get caught. They know that he's coming from behind. Even still, them up. He's just burning. 2 HP. Almost goes down. And now looking to try and pressure through Scream. He knows that this spot is being homed in on. Not wanting to give Yay that peek, and he won't connect the shot this time. They have been able to garner some space, but do they even know Martha's here? He's lurking within the smoke. If he gets the timing right, he might be able to win them the round. He might not even be needed at all, though. The timing's spread through, and Yay is going to be the one alongside him to close it. We've heard of a 9-3 curse. We've heard of OpTic's curse versus EMEA. Pistol needed for Liquid, something they haven't been able to pull off too many times throughout this tournament, but they are in desperation for one. And they are all building up outside of B. Now they've avoided that haunt, which might sell a bit of a nasty fake, but they're just sprinting it, running all the way through, looking to try and take these early fights, and they have been spotted making their move.
A pace. Right out the way that OpTic, look, they seemed ready for him. Nobody's caught off, no one's in no man's land, and they've got double stack up on the site. 2 players ready to take these duels now, a 4v2 as OpTic win every single one. And the history of Team Liquid's pistols repeats itself here, 11-2. Surely that's the final straw for Liquid coming into this round. There's I mean, you take the eco, 12-2, 10 rounds in a row is pretty tough. You don't take the eco, you probably already lost.
Yeah, it's pick your poison. What is the worst case scenario? Well, probably not having a buy at all.
Well, yeah.
So they're just going to have to take the pistols in this one, try and get something done with them. They are a team known for their pistol play. Even still, the percentage chance of them stealing this one is low.
Yeah, when it comes to thrifties, somehow the pistols are a little better in their hands. When it comes to pistol rounds, not so much. Round 14, and OpTic already knocking on victory's door. Sheriffs all around for Team Liquid. Have spread out to look for these advantages, look for the duels. And I think a lot of this, you know, these early rounds, you're looking for information, you're looking for, okay, that Prowler walk by. That's a decent opportunity for Yumpy. Something unaccounted for, and OpTic lose a man. Still, everybody else running with those fully automatic weapons. The Team Liquid will be diving, actually, so it's just Finesse on his own. The Spectre's gonna have to put up some numbers, and the timing is so poor!
And it's been taken out by Yumpy. An opportunity here, Scream gets spotted, but actually it's Yumpy again. He's just taken over this round, 3 kills already. A lifeline may be possible. It's a little bit risky, but Nevera gets the kill anyway. Marv now left alone, and he's gonna be executed. If there was a hope in hell of this series turning, Liquid needed a round like that. And well, thankfully, Yumpy has given it to them.
11-3. Light at the end of the tunnel still pretty dim. But being able to catch some of these duels, the pace, catching them off guard and winning a round like this as well, might give you that mental reset. Still, the concern for me, trading rounds back and forth, we've seen it. I've seen it on previous maps, and now rolling into this at 11-3, OpTic, they're gonna take a nice light buy. They don't have to rush this to the finish line, conceding it essentially to Team Liquid. But based on what we saw on Bind, where the classics were able to decimate a very similar buy.
He still has a headhunter as well, so let's not be silly. The man can still do damage, but Liquid have bought so much into this round. They've just gone straight for rifles. No point messing about here, and well, they're just going to slaughter the players within the B site. An easy take, some confidence built, but ultimately a long way from changing the outcome of this map.
Scream up close. It's a risk. One that pays off for the first, not for the second. Now a rifle can be retrieved with the door closed as well. There's not even a chance of sight lines, and you can see Marv's idea. I'll take that rifle into the next round, thank you very much.
That's a little bit of a bonus. Something they won't be able to save as well, which for Demasic will be a little bit of extra frustration, considering he still only has a Spectre, although he is going to get a kill for absolutely nothing, and now they're going to go on the hunt. The thing is for Scream, although he loses the gun, it's still somewhat worthwhile just to get the orbs. To have that free opportunity to run into a site. As said, that's where the danger truly lies if you're up against Team Liquid, having that run it back. And actually, they are getting ever closer to stealing this away. Only a second or two left for them to try and kill off this player, and it looks like Marv will be allowed to hold onto the gun.
Yeah, Nevera just had 20 HP. He was the closest man to it. If that's your Spectre, sure, he's going to be swinging around that corner just looking for you, W key in the rest of the round, but no point risking an extra rifle for a fight you're probably going to lose. 11-4. So many rounds needed for Team Liquid, but a run it back online immediately. They can use that coming into round 16. And remember, the ult was what got such a heavy success early on for OpTic when they went for that blitz out to B. Victor had his ulti online early, and it was the deciding factor, essentially. For Team Liquid, though, I don't think they've gotten the value out of these run it backs. I mean, half the time they're getting knifed coming out of them.
Yeah, we didn't see too many of them. The one we remember wasn't pretty. Now again, double up in towards the market. Rifles finally on the board. Ults not really close, particularly for the side of OpTic. Already looking to go quite direct in towards this B site. You imagine the point of contact is going to be Scream. Just getting ready to go for the flash. Well, yeah, he's completely blind, but he hasn't seen him. He's missed him, just sat within the corner. The spam doing a decent amount of damage as well. And this is all the while Crashy's at the back of the site.
The shot from Ye connects. This guy shut down the run it back, shut down Nevera as well. So much utility evaporating out of Team Liquid's hands. And nade down. A star waiting, a flash to pop. The swing from Victor could grab information, but he goes into the smoke! Unexpected, and the follow-up from Marv, trading it back and forth, keeping the advantage. What's lost now? Yeah, he thought he could sneak his way in, but he's been caught. And now Liquid given another chance to take this across the line to keep themselves alive.
Dimasic is so lucky to be alive. He TP'd into the site and still managed to headshot Yay before he realized the danger man gone. But this wraparound could be everything. Are they even going to expect it? They will now with the steps, and Soulcast up close is going to drop another. Liquid, they come back to make it 5. Still desperately close and a little bit of luck along the way. I want to see that kill out from Dimasic again, because he should have been dead. He TP'd into that site blind while in a smoke. Watch this. It's just so madness. It's just madness.
11-5.
Nice!
Another round.
Let's go!
Baba made it after all.
Desk thought it was safe, but little did it know. As we said, still so much more to do. But this is where at least a reward will be found right away. OpTic down to pistols, down to lighter weapons. 1 rifle in play for Marv. Everybody else going to be taking a bit of a back foot in these early fights. Now, the thing for OpTic, they've had a lot of success with these rounds. They take risks, and this risk on the push into mid is going to allow them to have a very early flank. Already Marv, the man with the rifles, coming behind, but they've managed to root out FNS. Nobody is on the B site, but if Marv can find the value, if that flank timing can be as good as it looks like it will, he's only got the damage for now. The kill at least on the swing, but Yay gets traded. This is not as good as it could have been, but at least he finds another. This is keeping the hope alive, and Victor can get a rifle on his way back through.
He was inches away from dropping the spike. The next man around was actually Dimasic, but all in all, Liquid are not in too bad a spot. They'll remove some utility as well. Victor still has all of his flashes to play with, but he's going to have to wait for them to come back online. Going to use the knife first. Flash over the top. It leaves Yumpy completely blind, but it doesn't matter. They're going to connect both shots anyway. The distance down now to just 5 rounds, but still, the ult's starting to creep up for either side, and Yay, well, I feel like he's been out of the action in a lot of rounds so far, Mitch. All it takes is 1, and they hit OT.
That's always going to be the problem. For OpTic, they might start to feel the tension build bit by bit, but at the end of the day, they are still ahead by such a significant amount. This pause, I think it's the right time for it. The hero of some earlier rounds, Yumpy, stepping it up here, and his tour de force is what's going to be leading this round around the mid peaks, looking for some duels. But obviously, if you're on OpTic, you're fully aware that this is in play. You're not going to be jumping into angles. Just.
You're also seeing Liquid use a fair amount of utility into mid just in case Yay is there. If you're taking over this control, you don't want to risk this man finding a hell of a lot of value. And actually, I think that's both Prowlers already gone for Soulcast. So very worried about this push coming through. Instead, he's taken deep B control, and now they set up into A.
You also have Dimasic, ult online, so he's lurking outside B, and with all this utility and the Prowlers going through, and now they look at an A push, that might just get the push to come out of Yay. If he swings a little wide, it could be massive, and never mind the possibility of going back, perhaps, but at this point, why? You just plant it down, and I don't think OpTic will even want to contest for this. Dimasic almost just becomes a hunter now. Instead of lurking on one side of the map, he's going out looking to draw blood.
I don't know how they're doing it, but they are avoiding Yay. I feel like he's cursed in this half so far. He's been on the wrong side every single time, and the faster pace pushes, giving away very little information from Liquid, are really causing issues now for OpTic. As you said, Dimasic, there's a lot of value if he can take these guns away, especially that operator. Even considering throwing in the paranoia, but waiting for some teammates to come through. He knows that they're going to be on this other side, but Yay is already going to connect one of the shots. It's still worth attempting to remove some of this weaponry for Liquid. Anybody they can kill off is a gun that's going to be gone for the next round, but OpTic are holding strong, and well, this is why they've been quite lucky to avoid Yay. He's just wiped out 3 of them.
They found nothing on that hunt. OpTic, well, breathing a sigh of relief, I imagine. With those weapons carried forward, they can mount a full buy here and still have a decent chance. That reveal going uncontested, costing heavily as the players swing in, knowing exactly where to look. 4 between them. If you asked me at halftime, I'm not sure I thought this was possible. The attack for Team Liquid looking stellar, but as we said, only one mistake needed. And so far, they've done a great job avoiding Ye. But one round, he's going to get his sights on a player, and that's where things can just take a turn for the worse.
5 in a row now for Liquid. Again, they've got this lurk. A different player this time, and they are looking to try and build in. Now, bear in mind, you do have Scream with that run it back, going straight through, but Ye almost avoiding him at this stage. Not trying to find him, he'll get him with the no-scope, and they are pushing into this man's crosshairs, but it's only a trade-out. It still gives the space back for a couple of players to peek in. However, the sight has gone the way of Liquid once again.
Look at Yumpy. He is so late getting around here. It's being spotted for, though. Finesse, wise to his tricks, has now caught the kill and main control. Team Liquid sectioned into the site. Nightfall on each side, thrown out. Solkas in trouble. He had a Prowler on him, but the awful screen on the backside is taking kill after kill. The clutch player of Crashies, he's been so damn good, but this time it's not happening. Team Liquid are on the way back, 11-8. And OpTic have got to be sweating now. This game should never have been this close.
There's no way. There's no way. I still can't believe until we see an 11-11 scoreline. But I can tell you now, the crowd behind me definitely does. Scream just picked up an operator. That's already enough for me. A 2v3 clutch. Even with Ye being on the right side, even with Victor being able to push through and hit a timing, and that's the thing. That was their sort of riskier purchase. Now they come in with purely SMGs.
Here we go.
A tour de force for Ye.
Great flash, follow through. He's got the control, the ability to TP out. Can't go too much further around that corner, but he's going to extend all the way. The shot out, no connection, and he almost gets traded. Ye sticking around, but as that timer ticks and players could come into link, he's just going to have to fall back. It's understandable. Close to finding the opening duel, but ultimately, Tom, when you look elsewhere, if he goes down, this round's practically over. We've got Stingers and Spectres, pistols. Sure, there's a chance for them, but you want Ye to stay alive and to keep having these opportunities to take duels.
So Cass is trying to throw in a fake, but they're pushing him. They're pushing him. He's going to get the information and the spam through, but the flash leaves him blind. Even still there, they're going to make their move in towards the speed site instead. The whole team going through. Finesse has been able to find one through the smoke, and Crashies at the back of the site has been hard to beat. Even still though, the IGL is stepping up! What is that from Finesse? He still has a teammate at the back of the site as well, and now the rotation's coming through. Finesse has done enough.
A vote call even came in. You saw the shock dart trying to hunt Dimasic down, now the last man alive, and not for much longer, 3 players peeking, and it's Ye, a headhunter wall bang to the head as well. 12 found at last. This was the round you feared as an EMEA fan. OpTic finding success, and sure, Liquid have got the economy to fall back on, but the ult economy in favor of OpTic. They need one of the next 4. We were in this scenario in the previous map, and they closed it out right away.
29 kills for Ye. Finesse having probably the 3 most impactful kills in this game so far, and by the looks of it, might be a little bit of aggression coming out from Yumpy, just looking for that initial fight. Ult in favor firmly with OpTic, and already they're going to take down Dimasic. This was not the start they were looking for. In fact, we're going to see the Hunter's Fury out. Solkas needs to survive this, and he won't. This is the beginning of the end! So much damage just done off that Hunter's Fury. And now Navira and Yumpy, 2v5 to keep them in the upper bracket.
Team Liquid put up one hell of a fight on the way back in, but OpTic have looked so good on these last 2 maps. Sure, they maybe lost the rhythm for a little bit, but here and now, the man of Ye, he'll be caught, but Victor won't. Always ready to trade.